Coming at you from Stretchable Studios. That's how again to rage across the internet. Your very favorite World of the Apocalypse podcast. As always, I'm your host, Border. Sitting across from me, the king of the Green Acres, Mr. Daniel Tyson.
Hey, everybody.
That's right. And coming into my left, very, very far left, the three-time rodeo champion, CJ.
Howdy-o.
And our very own Mr. Wizard, coming in my right, it's M.
Hey, hey.
What did any of that have to do with anything?
Nothing.
All right.
It doesn't, is the answer. And it normally doesn't, because this is the show, and we're awesome. And we do what we want.
There were some words in there. They didn't mean anything put together, but much like my intro. So I guess that's the theme. Happy New Year, everybody.
Happy New Year, everybody.
I'm excited he doesn't sound about that.
I'm very excited.
Notice, this is our New Year's. This is New Year's. You have woken up on New Year's Eve, allegedly.
Allegedly.
And are listening to us for New Year's, which is
a treat for all.
I like yours better.
It's a choice.
It is a choice. I don't think I'd have made that choice. I love you guys.
I know what shit comes out of my mouth.
Yeah, right. If this is your big New Year's party, I am so sorry. It is, however, our big New Year's party. So
it's at the end of the year party.
It is. Well, and really all month has been a party for us,
yes.
Despite the fact it has been different recording sessions.
It's just the continuation.
Party.
It's true. It has been a long party for us recording this month. I mean, the show was always a treat. However,
I'd like to hope so, yeah.
Well, for us, we don't have to listen to it.
We just live it.
Yeah. No, if you've been
We got
with
some
it,
people who re-listen.
which is awesome.
Uh-huh. Thanks for that, guys.
Already, before even describing the show, Drake has been going after some of our older episodes.
Yeah.
I don't understand how he's still alive.
Thanks, Drake. We appreciate it. This continued support is awesome. But, why are you making yourself suffer?
He's like, I'm listening to episode 16, and I'm like, Jesus Christ, how?
Oh, yeah.
Well, maybe he's just enjoying it and not suffering.
What did you do that you think is so bad you need to punish yourself for?
Season 1, dude, ouch.
It's a case of you are your own worst critic, but I can understand. with where we are now compared to where we
Oh, shit, yeah. Yeah.
We have come a long way. Years ago, we can say that, too.
That's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
That's so awesome. I love saying it.
Hey, CJ, you're getting close. I don't know. I didn't do the math, and I'm not gonna. Someone can. Someone will.
Yeah, sure.
It's gonna be Lars, or it's gonna be Phil, or it's gonna be Drake.
Uh-huh.
And whoever does it will get the official REI historian title. But I figure those are the three that'll try to pinpoint CJ's first appearance to see if he can say it's been years yet or not.
Well, I know what the episode was.
Oh, Christ.
I don't know.
Sorry, guys. Danny stole your thunder.
Wow, Danny.
I know which one it was. I just don't remember what number, much less how long ago that was.
I think the better one would be, instead of the first appearance, be the first regular part of the cast.
That's a different story, though, because your first appearance.
It was the Wild West episode.
Yeah, I was going to say, that was Wild West.
Which one?
We did one.
Yeah, we did 8. Well, okay.
8-bit storytelling.
It was in the Wild West, was not a Wild West episode. And I knew that, though.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So...
M doesn't have years yet.
You'll get there.
No.
How do you feel about that
almost
option?
a year.
What?
She said she thinks almost a year.
Yeah.
Oh, as I said, if I stay there.
Danny makes up his own stuff.
I thought I heard a thing, okay?
But sometimes you make up your own stuff.
Yeah, you're right.
Like movie franchises. We'll get back to that.
It's just his own glimpses into alternate realities.
That might be it. Like, we give him shit. He might be like the epicenter of the fucking multiverse.
He's actually in multiple places at once, and so
Whoa.
he's having multiple conversations.
You're going
at
to give me an aneurysm.
I am the Danny.
There was always a Danny.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
I think we found our singularity point.
Oh, boy.
Yikes. So welcome to our end of the year party. So welcome to the party.
Anyway, I'd be curious to see how, when you can say years, CJ. Because we can say years.
Mm-hmm.
You're getting close, I think.
I think. Yeah, because I remember, as long as, being on the Discord, oh yeah, definitely. But on the show, yeah, I think I'm getting close, but I'm not sure.
We have to figure that out. We're going to figure out for M2. Won't that be a disappointing milestone, M?
I've been on the not the podcast. I've been on the Discord for a while.
No, you have.
Yeah,
You've been
you
on
have.
the Discord for years, but you could have hid that.
Could I, though? Because I think I've mentioned it before whenever I talked about the game I joined, Stride.
I mean, that's true, but who's listening?
She didn't answer the question. She's horrified by the milestone. The idea of, God, I spent that much time. Thought I'd be out by now.
What did I do to punish myself so bad?
August 8th, 2020
You?
is when I joined the Discord.
Oh, the
yeah.
Discord. Okay.
Oh,
No, she's been in the actual place since 2020. You didn't know?
Even before you guys started it.
Exactly.
I was going to say the Discord's barely that old.
No, she was pretty early on.
Yeah.
So, I don't know why I'm bothering now. But welcome, indiscriminate amount of time in. If you've never listened to the show before, this isn't a normal one. No, here we are. Again, it's New Year's Eve. We have kind of taken the month off, really.
Yes.
We've kind of toned down the harder hitting or more thoughtful. We've been having fun this month. Just enjoying our Christmas, hopefully the winter, hopefully you guys are too. Getting our backlog all ready so that everyone can just disappear and have some fun with their families and shit.
Right. We've put a lot of work and effort into the show, and it's usually like a second job. So sometimes you need a break. But we're still having fun.
Yeah. Why'd you get all somber?
Yeah,
I just got done
seriously,
yawning.
Danny.
I just got done yawning. Sorry.
Also, I have Ebola. Sorry,
My dad-
everyone.
My ghost cat haunted me all night last night. He didn't get any sleep.
So I called Bill Cosby.
Oh my god!
Asked for a Coke.
And some Jell-O.
He didn't give it to me, but he certainly jiggled.
I got the pudding.
Oh my god. Rage across the internet, everybody. So you may have been expecting, and you shouldn't be, because I think we told you last week that it wasn't going to happen. But maybe you're expecting an actual episode. That's not happening today. We told you so last
As
time.
you can clearly tell.
Yes. Oh my god. I mean, you heard the intro. That was already. We may be, I don't know, whatever. It's there. It's laid down. You can use it or not.
I'll figure it out.
We'll have that famous discussion for the umpteenth time.
Yep.
Just do whichever. And then when I bitch about it later, go, you told me to do whatever. Like, okay, sorry.
And here's the proof.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I keep this. Even if it's just for us.
It happens about half the time, though.
It does.
Because we never made a ruling officially.
Nope.
And so every time we do something different on a game day, we argue as to whether or not we should cycle it as a regular episode.
Yeah, and you're like, you know what? I trust you. And then do the answer, why did you do it that way? Because you said you trust me and to do whatever I wanted. And it was just the easier one.
And of course, I forgot that that's what happened.
So that's what happened.
I think every time.
Probably.
Yeah.
At least I wouldn't be surprised. Let's put it that way.
I also wouldn't be surprised if it was completely inconsistent.
Consistently inconsistent.
I feel like that's our motto. But we don't. Okay, so we don't have an episode for you. Actual play today. Chapter 4 is going to start next year. It'll be there in 2 weeks for you. However, we are actual play adjacent today.
Yeah.
Last time we did the Q&A.
Mm-hmm.
Went down the questions. We got all of them too, didn't we? Yeah, we did.
Yeah, we did.
Yep.
We made the point to get all of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, we cleared the room because of that.
Yep.
Yeah, because they're like, oh, we're kind of this is pushing the time, but like we have like 10 more questions.
But like they were all from Phil.
Yep.
Who specifically got them in 11th hour, just under the buzzer.
Yep.
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 We did it. We got those in for you, Phil.
Yep. It's like we went to the trouble of bugging Phil about it because we knew he had some, and we're like, you better get him in on time.
And then like, oh, maybe we don't do the rest
right?
of
It's like,
them.
well, now we have to.
Yeah.
We made such a fucking production about it. We have to answer Phil's questions.
So thank Phil, everybody.
Right.
I think they were the best. A couple of questions to end on, too.
No, there were some really good questions there.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We asked for him, he gave him. That was it.
Right.
It's appreciated.
No, for sure. I just thought it was funny.
Yeah.
That, you know, we almost cut all of his questions despite the fact.
It was a long episode, though.
Yeah. Well, we'll see what it looks like in editing.
Right. Well,
I guess they will have already, but it'll be a mystery to us.
yes.
Time
is a bitch.
Still got, 2 months almost?
I think a
It's that
month.
episode.
Month and a half. Call it even.
Something
Yeah.
like
Somewhere
that.
in there.
Yeah.
Thanksgiving's next week.
Ugh.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
Everyone's like, oh, great. And you guys are
welcome
getting
to
ready.
Cyberverse.
Yep, and you're all ready for 2025.
Right? It's going to happen. I mean, anyway.
Yeah.
But ready or not, fucking that's. But yeah, we appreciate you spending the time with us here. But you know, today we did the questions. Today we're going to do a discussion.
Yes.
Little round table about the game, and we've done these before. You know what this is like.
Yeah.
Mostly it's us just having fun and filling up 2 hours. So that we don't have a blank in our schedule. I'm not even going to lie to you.
It's not like we could put out like the old postmortems again. So
You know, that would have been cool, though.
yeah, but there's a lot more of those, so we can't. It's not like the first 4.
Well, no, but that's exactly what I'm talking. Because I have expressed a desire.
Mm-hmm.
We're
But
going to do it.
redoing them,
Yeah,
yes.
we're going to do it.
Mhm.
Is we are going to redo the Into the Breach, the first 4, with the current cast. Like, we're going to read them out. You know, I want to do...
Fun.
Yeah, you know, like, how we do them now.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we'll assign everybody roles and do, like, a better job than when we started and didn't know what we were doing with them.
Yes,
And we will also air those for free.
Wait, we have roles?
we will when it comes to those shows.
Yeah, well, you've listened to the postmortems. You know, they're the episodes where we have divvied out roles in the past.
Yeah, I was just making
Like
a comment
the,
about the current ones.
Oh, wow. It's how they're scripted, all right? That next one, actually.
I know. I'm fucking with you.
All right. Jeez, it fucking worked. I hate it. Every now and then you guys get me, and I fucking hate it. I mean, it's only fair, but...
Yeah, I was gonna say you do dish it out way more.
Oh,
often.
no, yeah, I do. So
Somebody's got to dish it back.
I can't be mad about it. Like, not for real.
You could be frustrated.
Yeah, but god damn
But
it.
only for a second.
You know? It's like I take
I'll be here all week.
So those are going to be regular episodes then.
Yeah, I don't want to. It doesn't seem right to me.
To make them post-mortem and only for the backers.
Right.
again.
When the original version that was supposed to be only for the backers is readily available for the whole planet for free.
Yeah.
To the
Then the
point.
question becomes, do they air for regular episodes or actual play episodes?
Regular.
We'll figure that out when it gets there.
Right, that is a future us problem, sir. Probably an argument for a good hour.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, probably.
Yeah. No, more to the point, you know, Into the Breach is on our Ko-Fi as a bundle for free.
Yes.
I put that up a while ago because I know we aired them. But it's like, well, then it's easier for everyone. They can just download them from the source.
Right. Yeah, if they don't want to find a the old episodes because I have no idea what numbers they are. But
For Christmas 2001.
Oh, wow.
damn, 21.
Yes. Shut up.
See, I translated that automatically in my head, and I didn't know
Thank
Danny
you,
said anything.
This is why she's the favorite now.
No, just for that. Just for that.
He's going to cut it.
Nope, not cutting that. We're going right into This Week in Bullshit. And you're first.
I'm sorry, what's that co-host?
For Danny.
Danny's telling us what to do again, guys.
Yep, just for that. This Week in Bullshit, and you're first.
So, someone thinks he's thrown a coup.
I mean, we kind of have been this week in bullshitting already. Shoot.
It's true.
Joke's on you.
So, El Presidente Danny, what are we doing?
This Week in Bullshit.
Do you have anything to
Have
share with
something?
us, President Danny?
Well, I mean, I guess we should just keep moving along. Let's move into This Week in Bullshit, which also should not be on a actual play.
But why not?
But fuck, it's New Year's. And shut
It's
up.
New Year's.
And we're doing what we want.
Yeah, it's our party. We can do what we want.
We will go back to like normal, whatever that means. Next week,
I have no idea what that means, actually.
we'll pick up some of the professionalism.
Quotes.
We can save that for next year.
Exactly. That's a next year thing.
Mm-hmm.
We're having fun through our December month-long office party, whatever.
Month-long office party, yes.
So yeah, This Week in Bullshit. Well, let's start with first things first. It is New Year's. It's New Year's.
Mm-hmm.
People make resolutions. I don't know.
Yeah, and I have
So
the
this
same
is-
one every year, and it never works.
You're still here.
And I was, wow.
So neither one of us are any good at it, huh?
I knew where that was going. Shit. We kind of walked into that, huh?
No, Danny saw his favorite movie.
Oh, so you're just going to make me do it. When I said
I
you were
didn't see
first.
You might remember a while back, Danny was complaining about the movie Wolves. I was complaining about Wolves. That was me.
Yeah, because that's not how it's spelled.
That's not the plural of wolf. Danny saw it.
You son of a bitch. I said this week in bullshit, you got to start, and you put me right up center. Got it.
Co-host.
Fine. So yes, I saw Wolves. And George Clooney and Brad Pitt are an awesome team.
Well, they always are. Ocean's 11.
Ocean's 11's fantastic.
You can stop there.
Yeah, I mean, they have awesome chemistry together.
Sure.
And this movie was fun. It's good. And I was convinced this was some kind of...
This is amazing. You're going to see how Danny's brain works.
I was convinced this was some kind of, remake.
Or sequel.
Or, no, see, I didn't want to say sequel.
But you did.
But I said sequel, but not on purpose. I was like, this has got to be some kind of redo, remake, maybe even a sequel.
And what was the rationale for that?
Both George Clooney and Brad Pitt, neither of them say each other's names the entire movie. You don't know what to call them.
Therefore,
Each other. The entire movie, neither of them have a name.
it's just Wolf's A and Wolf's B.
Yeah.
Now I'm on the phone with this man after he has seen this movie. And he is downplaying the rant.
Mm-hmm.
And my brain is melting. Because by coincidence, it was a theme day.
Mm-hmm.
I had just rewatched Wolf with Jack Nicholson, James Spader, and Michelle Pfeiffer.
Right. The werewolf movie.
And
Not the cleaners.
I mentioned this. And he's like, yeah, I need to see the first one. What first one?
Yeah. But like I said, first one as in the one they remade.
Right, but I had just talked about Wolf. So the implication based on the sentence and the timing was that Wolf's is the sequel to the 1993 Jack Nicholson drama romance Wolf.
What a follow-up.
Right?
Completely reconceptualized that story.
And now it's a reboot because Danny doesn't know Brad Pitt's name. And I'm hearing this, and part of me died. It was the wrong part, because we're still here. Like, you have to stop making things up. Well, but I mean, there is no first one.
Yeah.
But why did they call it wolves? Because they don't know what wolves are.
Like, they could have very easily called this movie anything else. Anything else. There no mention of wolf in the entire movie. Now, obviously,
Did someone wear a red hood?
No.
Was someone big and bad?
No. Maybe. Kinda. I mean, they were kind of both badasses in this movie.
Were they cleaners like Winston Wolfe in Pulp Fiction?
Obviously, that's the answer.
I don't know if it's obvious, but I think that's the answer.
I mean, if you're paying attention to the previews, that's the answer.
I hope Harvey Keitel. Is Harvey Keitel in it?
If he was, I didn't notice.
That would have been the answer. That would have been the thing.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
I mean,
is there any like subplot about like the stock market or anything? Just so then it'd be the Wolves of Wall Street.
No.
Were they wearing things?
The clothing, yes.
They were wearing clothing. They weren't wearing other skin.
Did at any point
I
they
know
play
where
basketball?
you're going. I know. No. There was no basketball in this either.
What about boxing?
No boxing. Are you done?
Into a fist fight?
Are you done? Are all of you done?
I don't have to be. But go on.
They could have just called this the Cleaners. And it still would have been...
Well, Mr. Clean's not in it.
Well, they're more fixers than they are cleaners.
They could have called this the Fixers.
It's not about boxing.
God. No, I'm not spoiling anything because this is a newer movie. And all I am talking about is what you've seen on the previews. So, there's that. But I will say the very last couple lines of the movie before the credits start rolling is one of them goes,
Arf.
I've been defeated. I'm just...
I did it?
Yeah. Arf.
Because wolves.
Yes, no, I got it. Arfy, arf, 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 bark.
That's probably better for not spoiling part of the movie, though.
I think the title is in reference to that.
Yep.
They're originally lone wolves.
But it would be wolves. It's still wolves.
They work alone.
It's like the Lone Rangers.
Right, the lone wolves. Yep. Yeah, I've been defeated. We're just leaving it at that. And then I liked the movie. I hate the title. And that's it.
I kind of love the title now.
Well, I mean, we wouldn't have talked about it this long if it wasn't fun.
We probably wouldn't have talked about it at all.
I know.
Speaking of...
Oh, wow.
They keep putting The Rock in movies. And apparently Red One has already flopped.
I thought it just came out like today or something.
I think it was last week.
Or no, I think it was yesterday.
Timeverse is a mother... Well, first of all, it wasn't yesterday because we record on Sunday and no movie comes out on Saturday.
Okay, fair.
Why is there a polar bear?
See, Em forgot we talked about this, and I don't blame her because I wish I could have blocked it out too.
I probably blocked it out. Why is there a polar bear?
There's a Krampus in it too.
Oh, really?
and I mean, yeah, he's the werebear. The polar bear is more like a Krynos. He's more like a girl.
Okay.
Don't get excited.
Oh.
There's a Santa Claus in this. Oh, it's another.
Yeah. Well, the premise is that J.K. Simmons is a jacked Santa Claus.
Nice.
And The Rock is his trainer / bodyguard man.
Boo.
Seriously, has he been in a movie that hasn't just fucking tanked in the last decade? Why do they keep letting him do things? Guess like box office poison. Yes, sir.
I just looked it up. The movie cost over $200 million.
Holy shit!
And it opened to $34 million.
Boom. When did it open?
It looks like yesterday.
Oh. What do you mean yesterday? What movie comes out on a Saturday?
I mean, it went right to streaming.
Did it? I thought it was in theaters.
Yeah.
Oh, that's how you know it. They knew it wouldn't do well.
But, okay, fucking I stand corrected on one hand. On the second hand, C.
Okay, the 15th. It came out the 15th.
There we go. Yeah.
Fucking Friday.
Look at
so, yeah.
fries.
Which is a day movies come out. Yeah. But it's, you know, the fuck movie comes out on a Saturday.
So like November.
I know.
I used a fucking Christmas or even Christmas adjacent movie.
Well, I think we were talking about it in August. It was originally
been advertising it for a while.
Yeah, it was, and then I believe it went back for reshoots because they went, "Oh my god, what have we done?"
Well, I was gonna say, yeah, they've probably been like advertising for a while because it's The Rock.
Well, I know the trailers were completely recut.
Oh, really?
Because when it first came out, it was all about you had Santa lifting weights and getting his burn on, yeah, and then like it was like half the trailer was about his buddy relationship with The Rock.
Oh my god!
And then he gets kidnapped. And they have to get a level 12 naughty lister, played by Chris Evans. This, I swear to Christ, this is real. To help find Santa.
Oh my god.
And so it goes from a bromance to a buddy cop movie.
I'm not a huge fan of Santa movies, but I will say Violent Night is...
I mean, that's...
I liked Violent Night.
That's fair.
It's the one where Santa kills a bunch of people.
Yes.
Fucking... I can't remember his name, but the cop from Stranger Things?
I think it's the cop from
that
Stranger
one.
Things.
I was
That's
confusing
the
it
actor.
with another one.
Okay.
David Harbour.
Okay, yeah.
No. And he sucks down a candy cane into like a shank.
I remember seeing trailers for this, and one of the first images that like pops into my head from this trailer is just Santa racking an AR.
No, watch
okay,
it.
what?
If you have not watched it, watch it, CJ. It's so good.
I think that's gonna have to be a thing. It's gonna be an M recommendation right there.
So that's
Not a backer night.
Not a backer night?
Just in our lives.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
After Trap, I'm definitely willing to trust it.
See?
It's too good for backer night.
That's fair.
Wow.
Oh, backer night. That's the night where we probably watch Santa Sleigh again.
I'd be down for that.
Right? Got a curl for the future and Goldman and
Knife or death.
so funny. Oh my god. But yeah, they recut the trailer though, and suddenly it's Chris Evans and he's coming to his apartment and he's getting attacked by Secret Service elves.
My god.
Right? Like all of this. Why would you ever? What the fuck? Level 12 naughty lister. He's an NL12.
It sounds like they were just trying to make Violent Night but family friendly.
That makes sense.
My god.
Because let's put The Rock in it and it makes it family friendly all of a sudden.
Yeah, it makes it exponentially worse.
Yeah. I was going to say, maybe he wasn't in anything that flopped in the last decade, but 10 years is, at this point, 10 years is not a long time anymore.
I mean, I want to think of some of his cinematic achievements.
Right.
The Tooth Fairy movie. Didn't he do 2 of those?
Probably.
Moana. That was a good one.
I was going to say, that's got to be within the decade, though. So that made some money. That was Disney, though.
How about Jumanji 2?
Oh, fuck off.
Jumanjier Than Thou, is I believe the subtitle. He was also in Black Adam.
Again, fuck off.
Can't believe I know so many rock movies.
I know, I was going to say, like, the Fast and the Furious, like, the last 7 of them, he probably was in those. But
you know what?
been 14
Everyone's
of them.
been in those. I don't.
I was going to say, but there was like 14 of those, and
they'll sneak a poster of Good Will Hunting in the background and put Robin Williams' name on the fucking marquee.
bastards. Just to get people to watch.
Yeah. Robin Williams and Matt Damon in Fast and the Furious 12. The Furious is Fury. How do you like them apples?
So that's a pretty good movie trailer guy voice.
Can I make an observation real fast?
No.
This Weekend Bullshit should hence be renamed Us Talking About Movies.
No, we also talk about food.
We've done food.
And
We've done video games.
Fair. Okay, that's fair. Okay.
And Halloween.
I mean, really, it's about whatever we
nice.
feel like talking about.
Yeah, it's what we feel like talking about at that time.
But
And it
that's the
seems
point?
we all really like movies.
We do. And video games.
And video games and food.
Yeah. So everyone can relate. I think our entire audience can relate to at
All three
least
of those
2/3 of those.
Yeah.
Yeah. Speaking of food,
Heyo.
I made ice cream last night.
What flavor ice cream did you make, Em?
I did. I put heavy cream and sweetened condensed milk, cream cheese, and then like some like seasoning, like pumpkin pie and cinnamon.
So pumpkin, man. Cinnapumpkin.
Cinnamon
Well, it's more
cream
it tastes
cheese
more vanilla
flavored
because
ice cream.
it tastes more vanilla because of the vanilla extract. But
So vanilla cream cheese pumpkin ice cream.
yeah, I'm gonna make a pie to go with it next week. What kind of pie should I make?
Pumpkin pie.
Yeah.
For January?
Well,
Pizza.
Next week is Thanksgiving.
Make a pizza
Yes.
pie.
Oh, I made pizza on Friday. Well, I made little pizza pockets on Friday.
You should put them in the ice cream
Ew.
with the ricotta cheese.
Ricotta cheese ice cream. Ew.
You know what shit I'm going to take for a conversation that we had before we started recording?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
And you're the only one getting shit for it.
I know. Taylor revealed that I was quoting you.
Nope, it wasn't.
Yeah.
Nope.
For the record, it was
there's-
Danny.
Nope, there was no proof.
It was
No,
Danny.
there's no proof. Shut up.
It was Danny.
Damn it, 3-on-1 doesn't matter. Nope. I can cut all this out. I will. I could if I wanted to,
You won't.
and I won't.
I'll
Maybe.
post it
I
on
just-
Discord if needed.
Hey.
Yeah.
Just a
Yeah, I
clip
just always
of
talk
this.
about food, so I thought I'd share because I made ice cream and it turned out really good without that weird ice cream stir thing because super unnecessary.
The machines?
Yeah, like the thing that you put ice and salt in and it
With the
stirs.
crank?
Yeah.
Do they still make those with the crank? They don't
Yeah, I
automate that
think
shit
so.
now? Come on.
I'm sure
They probably do. But I'm not about to waste my money on it. I just stuck it in the freezer to freeze for a few.
Yeah, all right. Of course, I don't think you can
All right.
talk about ice cream. I mean, you
Why?
can. No. That's an extended pause. It was a dramatic effect. I don't think you can talk about ice cream.
Uh-huh.
I mean, you can because we have, but without talking about Iron Chef.
I'm curious where this is going now.
Well, and I mean the real Iron Chef, not the American Iron Chef.
No, not the American
Or
one.
the stupid spinoffs. In fact, I spit on American Iron Chef.
Yeah, they're not nearly as crazy and like dramatic.
Well, it's not even all that. There's people on Iron Chefs. I mean, you had Morimoto, who you paid enough, and he was in town, right? So fine. Like he's the only Iron Chef. Oh, Bobby Flay. Bobby Flay was on Iron Chef and lost.
Yeah.
Fuck him. He's like an aluminum chef. And they post shit on that show. Like they'll like, oh, here's was it Mario Battal? It's like, oh, I'm blending smoothies. Here's some smoothies for the judges. That is cheating, sir. But I'm a big Iron Chef fan.
It was a good show.
Kenichi's a god. But you
I'll
know,
go back and watch some of those.
if you could
Never
find
watched
them,
it.
Oh, you gotta watch Iron Chef.
If you can find the originals.
Fucking Sherman Cago was the man. He was an actor, but don't ever say that to me again.
This is the first and last.
Yeah, that's the only time I'm going to acknowledge this. Like Santa. He's fucking real and suck my balls. He's going to pick up that pepper and he's going to bite into it and fucking cause an earthquake with the chomp on that action. And the satisfaction on that man's face. I'm going to go to Kitchen Stadium, fucking some Challenger with a huge background. You know, you get your ingredients of this shit. However, ice cream, and I think there's a few people who know already that I'm referencing the time that I believe it was Chen Kenichi made octopus ice cream.
What the fuck?
Whoa.
Hey?
Every time they busted out that ice cream maker, it was a disaster. It was hilarious.
I can only imagine. Jesus.
Like a disaster of a product or just something went wrong?
No, just even seriously, octopus ice cream.
Okay, yeah.
I'm scared.
It was just the worst idea every time.
I will say I do know of one of my buddies actually went to Japan not too long ago, and he had like octopus ink ice cream. It's just black vanilla ice cream. That's all it was.
Yeah, that's not the same thing though, is what happened.
Yeah, okay. And that's where I was trying to think, like, okay, how bad could it be? And then it's like, oh, that could have been real bad if it's not just, colored ice cream, basically.
I remember one of those offshoot episodes. It wasn't Iron Chef because they weren't the professionals. They were like the amateurs.
Well, Food Network got the branding.
Yeah.
And just went crazy with it. Like, Iron Chef Kids, that doesn't mean anything. No one there is a chef.
Nope.
And they're like 12, so no one there's iron fucking anything.
Yeah. I will say, one of my favorite things, staying on like cooking shows for a moment, one of my favorite things is getting to always like see the comparison of Gordon Ramsay and MasterChef and MasterChef Kids. Like watching Gordon Ramsay just rip somebody apart and making them fucking cry. And doing his best to like be a good like dad for one of these kids sort of things. Like giving off that energy is like, no, calm down, you're doing okay, you haven't screwed up. Immediately, it could be their parent making them cry.
See, that's why if I'm going to do that comparison, I'm going to watch Gordon Ramsay Kitchen Nightmares or whatever versus Joe Bastianich in MasterChef. Because, Gordon Ramsay is a really nice guy by all counts.
Sure.
Except for like the people who are mad because they're shitty and they went on a show.
Yeah.
Which
is still a lot. But,
but it's like, oh, he did this on purpose. He made us have years of mold in our basement. He put it there. He put 6 years worth of mold in our basement. He's a monster. But no, he gives to charity like crazy. He does the thing with kids. He's like, by all accounts, like a pretty sweet guy. And he wants you to be better. He is giving you tough love to get the best out of you. Joe Bastianich wants you to die.
Yeah.
When he is upset with you, he is hoping that you will go home and drink a gallon of bleach and save the world from you having to be here anymore.
What's it called? The amount of times on MasterChef he goes and like takes a bite of something and then just immediately throws the entire dish into the trash.
Yes! And I love it.
All the judges are supposed to try something. Like, he just takes a bite. Not even, like, finishes chewing it or spitting it back on the plate and then tossing the entire plate into the trash.
And he's like, I respect my colleagues too much to make them try this. Sit down. I'm Italian. How dare you? What the fuck is wrong with you? I love him. He's such an asshole. And that's why I'm watching this show. I'm watching because I want your dreams to be crushed like mine were.
But it's also, you could point to like the good cop, bad cop sort of thing. Like, yeah, no, Gordon's going to yell at somebody. Gordon's going to potentially make somebody cry. But for the most part, he's going to be pretty positive. Whenever he's not like playing up the bits.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Where Joe, it's not a bit.
No, it's not. He hates you.
Oh, yeah.
I love him for it.
So the MasterChef one, again, they're bringing on the amateur chefs, right? And they're giving them competition. Like one of the opening ones, where it was a series at this point, it was more of an audition to get on the show, to be one of, like, the 12 or whatever.
Yeah.
And
it's like the first episode, there's twice as many people as there's actually going to be.
Exactly, yeah. So there's an episode where a younger guy makes like a sausage roll. And Gordon Ramsay goes to taste it first, doesn't say anything, but ends up eating the entire thing.
I think I've seen a short of that.
Okay, so this is that guy, I forgot his name, but he's actually a friend of my wife. Like, she knows him personally. They went to school together. Or at least for a couple years, or whatever it was. It's funny watching Gordon Ramsay eat that entire thing because of how delicious he thought it was. And then the other two take like one little bite and try and be intimidating. Because they can't. Because he knows how delicious it is because of Gordon Ramsay just swallowed that entire thing so fast. So it's funny seeing how intimidating they're trying to be when you know, like, oh, he's clearly going to the next round. But the next round, they look at his dish and they're like, no, you're out. They don't even give him a second chance. Nice. Like, yeah, they don't even bother with that. Like, and I've met the guy very briefly. Again, he's a friend of my wife. It's like, okay, cool. The fact that you even got on the show was awesome. Congratulations. But, like, to see that was just funny as hell.
That is kind of awesome.
So I think, yeah, that might be with it for food and movies and games. We should probably get onto the show.
And thus concludes the final This Week in Bullshit for the year.
Yeah.
Woo, woo, woo.
Yikes.
I mean, it's kind of a newer segment, so...
No, it is. You know, and I want to thank the people who have encouraged it.
Yes.
It
Big
would
time.
not have changed, I don't think.
But we had, like, right when we started, we had really good feedback.
I feel like it would have become less of a segment and more of just back to the occasional tangent.
Right, and then, I mean, that was the thing, right? Is that the tangents would just randomly pop up in the episode.
They still do. Just not nearly as bad.
Well, we've also been worse this lately because we've been doing the Christmas party.
The Christmas
We are going to tighten that up into the new year.
Mm-hmm.
I promise. We're still going to have our fun, but, you know.
Until next New Year.
Well, yeah, until the next time it's time for us to just fucking...
Take a break.
Just get senioritis for a little bit.
Yep.
But no, let's get to it. You know,
time for the show.
This is where we're going to talk about a little roundtable, a little discussion about the Chronicle, about the actual play. You guys know what this is like?
This is not the first one.
Yeah, it's not the first time. It won't be the last time. But hopefully the next time will be an appropriate length of time away. And not basically an hour ago.
Close enough. Well, you know what? Can I start this then?
Yeah, go ahead.
Where are we as in compared to where you wanted to be when you first started writing this?
Wow, Danny.
Because obviously you have a plan.
No, I'm just, wow, okay. I'm impressed by that question.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, he's looking to critique
That's
us
good.
as a pack, it seems, yeah.
This is an insightful question, I think. I mean, the short version is behind. I don't... Well, you know, I mean, I don't have to... It's not a surprise to anybody, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is that we had some cast turnaround
Right.
in the first Chronicle, in that really waylaid shit.
Multiple times.
So, you know, bringing M about was, 2 or 3 chapters extra out of the way that, you know, and thank fuck we did, but it took away from the plan.
Yes.
You know, the extra chapter we had to tack on for Tom, not the one-off, but when he left and we knew he was leaving.
Right.
So instead of just you guys going into Station 2 and finishing that,
right,
you had to leave and then come back.
Yeah.
So there was that. There was a few chapters behind. And I wasn't thrilled with the first episode of the second Chronicle.
The second Chronicle.
Yeah. You know, I was happy to... The one-offs I liked. I had fun with those. But I hated the open-ended slice of life reestablishing chapter for chapter 1.
right after we did a slice of life.
Right after the one-offs, which were essentially the same thing. Yeah.
Did feel a little slow for me.
Yeah.
And that's understandable. As far, because yes, it did feel a little slow, especially if you were listening to all the one-offs in a row, right? And then that first episode.
Like, from my perspective, I'm like, Porter, fuck, get to it.
Mm-hmm.
I wish I had the foresight to have built that into your guys' one-offs. I didn't. Oops. You know, and I knew I wanted to go right out of the gate and do something, but I had to reestablish the norm.
Yeah.
You know, you have to establish some new characters and reestablish some old characters, and that's important. The timing sucked. And I mean, that's why we went chapter 2, and I went right out of the gate.
Oh, I was going to say, that's got to be why then, yeah. Because you did.
I remember us talking about it, at least in, like, rough terms. Because you originally, if I remember correctly, wanted to do what we did for chapter 1 and chapter 2 as the same chapter.
Yeah. Yeah, I thought I would start it, and then I wanted to marry them, and just the pacing wasn't working for me. It was just a nightmare in terms of pacing.
What I did like about the first chapter is that we did actually become a pack, though.
Yes.
So there's no more beating around the bush there, and it was time for it.
No, and it was super important that happened. Again, one of these things that has to happen right out of the gate. Like, it has to.
Yeah. And the pack
it's the
part
reestablishing normal. It's reestablishing who the pack is. Because, you know, we had that with the first pack. The first set of everybody. But then, you know, there's 2 people gone, 1 person brought in. Packs changed fairly dramatically.
Yeah.
And very quickly.
That was the other thing, too. Is making that first exit and then finding out about Tom. Mm-hmm. And then to find out, rather finding out about Tom right after M joins. Yeah.
That was sad. I like Tom a lot.
Right? We all fucking miss the guy.
Oh, yeah, of course.
But yeah, the chemistry between those characters was great.
Mm-hmm.
It was so good.
Like, M came in, and looked like, okay, that was good. The chemistry is here, and it was here quickly, and it helped. And then Tom's like, okay, sorry. Yep. It's like, but you're not only leaving, you're taking that chemistry with you. So we had to, reestablish that, and we had to do it fast. At the same time, when we did it in that first one of Chronicle 2, I'm glad we did it on our own, and you didn't have to force us to do it.
Yeah, that's true.
It is a fresh start for the game. It's a fresh start for the pack. Hey, that's kind of what the start of a new Chronicle is supposed to be.
I feel like we have established a nice chemistry between the 3 of our characters.
Yeah. Oh, definitely. I think you guys are doing great. You know, I just like what Danny was saying in terms of my overall plan. Yeah. And then, you know, obviously things change a bit. Things change as it goes. You know, no plan survives the first contact with the enemy, as they say. And that leaves me in a tricky position now, because I know where we're going, and I know parts of how we got to get there.
Okay. But you also know our style of play now, and the chemistry that the 3 of us hold. Is that the same direction as you were writing?
Well, I mean, there's a point to where that doesn't matter.
True.
Right.
It's like all the signposts have been laid out, but the trail isn't actually there.
You know, look, fucking, the Joker is gonna poison Gotham.
Yeah.
Regardless of how you 3 get along. Right?
Fair.
Regardless of whatever struggles are going on in the Bat family, the Joker's gonna poison Gotham.
Yep. So, you know, fucking, that's on you guys. But I just have to make sure that he gets his chemicals from the right spot at the right time, and that, you know, the commissioner getting sick coincides with the Penguins' raid on the library. I don't know why he's in the library. Professor Plum.
City Hall. That's why the lights are on.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I got to make sure everything's where it's supposed to be. And I want to get there in a way that is organic. And that's a problem for me too. Because I have to do the compromise between get to it because we're playing a game and how slow of a burn I think this should be. And I'm okay with that slow burn as long as I have other shit for you guys to do in the meantime.
I was going to ask, as long as there's something going on, because sometimes we don't, sometimes we go way off book and it's like, but I'm not ready for this yet.
You know, if you guys can, if I can get Two-Face and the Riddler and the Penguin out there for you guys to have something to do that's entertaining and useful while the Joker is stealing the chemicals.
Like
then I'll be happy when then I'll be happy when he does the Parade Down Gotham set to Prince.
And if you're loving this, you should have loved whatever we were being part of discussing. What was it? Stealing a Dr. Seuss book from the Library of Congress in regards to Chapter 2.
No, I think it was stealing a book from the Library of Congress and hiding it next to the Dr. Seuss book in the library.
And that was the sort of way off base analogy we were using to not discuss Chapter 2.
Right. These are the hoops I jump through to not discuss plot points with you guys.
Yep. If you were smart enough, you could put them together, but you're not smart enough because I won't let you be.
Well, I don't think...
I don't even think it was that. I think it's the, it's one of those cases of, the words don't matter. It's the flow that does.
Yes.
Also, if you could steal a book from the Library of Congress and put it in the local library next to Dr. Seuss and get, we need to go to a pocket room and steal a giant emerald. Then I want to know what you're taking.
Because I want some. Fair. That is fair. I just know you had plans up to 4 Chronicles ahead already. As far as 3? Okay. Even so. 3 Chronicles ahead. Even if it's just the skeleton of your plan, that's a significant time.
Yeah, and we can still do all of it. We're still on track to do all of it.
It's just not as fast as you thought we would have.
Well, it's just pacing becomes an issue. Things spring up as things go. Characters are more or less successful than others. You lose 2 staff members and then gain a 3rd one.
Right.
The trail's a little bit more winding than it was originally.
Yeah.
Okay.
On the bright side, I don't think any of us are going anywhere anytime.
Well, if you do, I'll publish the pictures, so.
Well, then that goes...
What the fuck?
Then I'll pose the same question.
There were plenty of posing.
I will pose the same question to M and to CJ. How far are your guys' characters now compared to what you were hoping for when we first started playing? CJ, obviously, compared to when we, first started the game.
Yeah.
But, obviously, M's got a little ways to catch up, but still.
I'm trying to think of how to phrase this, because whenever I make characters for games, there is a certain level of... I'll make them to a point, and then I'm just hands off. Let's see where this takes me. So, for instance, with Nightfang, after Chapter 1, that was the end of my plans for Nightfang. And more of, let's see where he goes from now. Compared to that, he's way different and has gone through way more and experienced a lot more than I thought he would. Or originally planned for.
Uh-huh.
But I planned for that sort of, the rapid change, growth, and development of the character, whatever I'm making it, by leaving that part open-ended.
Fair. How about you, Em?
Well, because I was making a character to join into a pre-existing pack, I kind of made the goal of this character to find as the nice short-term, and that one has been concluded. There are some other underlying quite plot relevant, but more character development relevant that I'm kind of trying to figure out how to work into the play. Some of it, I think, has already kind of come up a little bit in the one shot with the mild awkwardness, a little bit with hating KT. That's just fun. And there's people conspirizing that she has a thing for Ricochet.
Oh no,
that's not it.
No, that's my favorite.
It's so incredibly funny that I kind of want it to be.
No, it's been a very real conspiracy theory around the Discord.
It's hilarious.
It is.
Oh, it's so funny that I'm like, should I lead into that or no?
Like I am hoping someday we'll see Get Away From My Man fan art.
It's so funny. Like,
well, then just so we're making it even here, I can say that Ricochet is not nearly as far ahead as I want him to be. Mm-hmm. Let me rephrase that. I'll say he's not as far as ahead as I was expecting him to be, but because he kind of took a turn halfway through, maybe even like the end of the first Chronicle, he's heading in a totally different direction now. So now I just got to figure out what's his end goal, because it's changed since starting the character. And I kind of knew that was going to happen, but it was a drastically different change than I expected it to be.
No, I understand. I mean, you went from Garu, up and coming Garu, I'm going to make it, going to honor my loss, to I just want to settle down and have 30 kids.
I just want her to like me, okay?
With the weirdo powered redhead, she's statue terrific.
Jesus, dude.
oh, I also originally wrote Carly to be a Galliard.
Yes.
And whenever we had the opening position for Surge, I decided to take a step into that role for multiple reasons. One, it's nice for her to have a Thurge. Two, I was kind of already Thurging. So.
Yeah, you built that Galliard as a closet Thurge.
Yeah, but there was a lot of Galliard things going on with the Galliard as well.
Well, I'm busting your balls, I mean,
yeah.
It's just, it wasn't a huge leap to make that transition.
No, right. It really wasn't a huge leap. Well, she is Nuktina, so.
Exactly.
Makes sense.
Exactly.
I love it that
so
way.
there is some spiritual inclination there in itself with being a Nuktina. But so I still have some Galliard, the sheet looks like a Galliard sheet with some Thurge stuff on it still, and I'm kind of, I don't know, maybe thinking about playing with that a little bit.
I'm sure it wouldn't be that difficult to do.
Nothing wrong with making you a musically inclined Thurge,
Yeah. And I don't think I would trust either of my other two pack mates to accurately tell the story.
Oh, I'm glad you said that out loud, and now we can use that against you when we got a moot coming up.
I'm sure the fact that I was originally a Galliard would have come up against me anyways.
Well,
I'm
in game is a different story than out loud, and
I'm just saying, don't hold your breath on that. You ain't got a cairn nearby.
It's
we don't have a moot coming up. What are you talking about?
Eventually. Yeah. Just saying, eventually. Still. But, no, I like where we're heading. I don't know what the end of that road looks like, but, right in front of us, it looks cool as hell.
Actually, I have a question in a similar vein to what we were just going over for you, Porter.
All right.
Have any of the NPCs that you've developed gone in different ways than you had expected, or are they all mostly on the same track as where you started with them?
You know what? It sucks when I can't talk about things, right?
Yeah.
I will say that there are cases, and I can get into different levels of specificity because, obviously, Falling Leaf has taken a direction that I really enjoy, and I'm so glad it happened.
Yeah.
Because he was, to me, on pace to fill that wise grandpa here for you role.
Wyeth Rice Wizened.
Despite the fact... Did I say Wyeth?
No, I'm comparing. Going towards that kind of role?
No. I mean, I could see where you would say that, but that's a different thing entirely. You just totally confused Menchie.
I apologize. I apologize.
Can you let me talk? No, your Uncle Iroh.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Your Master Splinter.
Mm-hmm.
the wise, calming mentor. And, those of you with his NPC of the Month entry know that that's not really who he is. And that's certainly not what I want to show, because he doesn't even really want to be that. Like, he's not even faking it. He's just not him. And so some of the stuff that he has gone through with you guys has been pissing him off pretty hard.
He's just really good at not showing it.
Well, I mean, he is a stargazer, and he is wise and experienced. But the fact of the matter is he has been babysitting you guys for a while, and he's taken a lot of hits in the name of keeping you safe.
Right.
And he's probably a little sick of it. Like, he's got a job to do. But
why are you kids making it so goddamn difficult for me?
I think Carly's only had 1 or 2 interactions with Falling Leaf, right?
Right. And I mean, I'd love to have more with everybody, really. But you're part of that nonetheless. You're with them.
God damn it, guys.
I mean, you think about Station 2. He went off on his own and was fine. I mean, he got fucked up, but he wouldn't have. Like, would he have if you weren't there? I mean, it's a big facility,
just like solid snaked his way through the entire facility.
Exactly. Like, it's a large facility, but it's not that large, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, how many encounters would he not have had to get into if he didn't need to make sure that everyone didn't bottleneck to where you guys were?
That's kind of embarrassing. A little bit, put it that way, yeah.
I was going to say there's a reason we didn't have to fight 2 BSDs.
There's a reason he left you guys from Jump Street. I mean, there's the creative reason behind the scenes and writing where you don't want him to chaperone and steal all your thunder.
Right.
But, practically in the game, there's a reason he didn't stay with you guys. He split off so you could go do the thing and he could keep the distraction going. So.
Yeah, I think Falling Leaf's your biggest change.
He's not.
Really?
Hey, I saved that man's life.
Sure, and I'm sure he appreciates it, but he would have appreciated not being put in the situation in the first place more.
Yeah, that's fair.
And, the other, those who have, I can't talk about some of these others, but there's another NPC I have a clear picture of right now, like as we're speaking, that I am really excited for the direction that character is going to be going and what's going on there. That's going to be super cool. Or at least for me. It's not Silo.
Wow. Sweet. Yeah. Good to know.
Yeah. It turns out...
You can't even say it straight face.
I can't even say it. No, it turns out Bodhi and Mia are actually like Russian nesting dolls. And when you put them close enough together, you can pull their tops off and Silo's going to be inside.
Wow. I was going to say, do you mean they're twins?
It's
twins.
It's the weirdest thing I've said all week.
Twin children of Xylo.
No. It's like very clever disguise.
Speaking of, who was the other person I saved the life of in the last chapter?
You mean Nightfang?
Sure.
Dodger.
Oh, Dodger. Yeah, sorry.
Dodger, yeah. See him over here saving everybody's life.
That might be reflected in a deed name.
Yeah, I guess we can kind of talk about that, because I know he's not going to stay Ricochet his entire time.
He might.
Way. Really? I mean, I can still see
how
everyone
much you're leaning into it.
I mean, I still see everyone calling him Rico, but I don't see him saying Ricochet the entire time.
Well, because that's your name, right?
No.
No, Rico was never his Hamid name. He just, because of Ricochet.
Yeah,
he lied to me.
You lied to me.
He just went by Rico.
Well, I mean, I could see Ricochet becoming his Garu first name, if you will. I don't know that that's true, but it could. For example, Ricochet Grave Robber. Just going after the older ladies.
Oh, Lord.
I know exactly what you meant. You jerk. Ricochet, 1 foot in the grave.
Right,
that part part might be more Night Things.
Yeah.
Put in the grave.
Oh, yeah, fair.
Poor Night Thing.
Yeah, you
CJ, have you figured out those dice yet?
I don't know. I honestly have not touched them since.
Yeah.
It's one of those, like, I don't know what I need to do with these at this point.
I would really love to see Nightfang come into his own a bit more so we can give him a deed name that isn't like
ridiculous.
Hail of Bullets or Scar Tissue.
Scar Tissue. I kind of love that one. But it's so bad.
I am Bullet Sponge, Alpha of the Dream Chasers.
I'm not very good at the name, so I don't know what we could change it to.
Yeah, I honestly hate Carly's deed name. I'm so bad at coming up with.
But see, this is the cool thing is those change.
Yes.
And that, as far as I'm concerned, becomes a great character moment is when you are dubbed something else.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And I'm hoping that can happen. Because I don't see it stinging. Like I said, I can see him, they still call him Rico, but like...
Sure, but yeah. And it's going to be... And part of this is on me, right? Because I have to write situations...
To bring that up.
Right, and like... There's stuff that happens, right? Mm-hmm. And sometimes the dice tell the story for us, right? You can't help that.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody could have been Con Crusher. I don't know. Someone's certainly not Water Walker,
Right.
But I also don't want to put a situation...
Game winner!
Right, like I don't want a situation where it's, Rico mows the lawn.
Yeah.
That's no fun.
No.
But, as much as the first Chronicle was about establishing, and some of that had to bleed into the second, right? Because we open with a new member of the pack.
Yeah.
We have to establish a little more. But there are things happening, and I think it's evidenced by Chapter 3, which we should maybe touch down on a little bit, because it's like the one we have to lean on here.
It's true, but there's other stuff to talk about.
No, certainly. How was that last chapter for you guys? How was After Hours?
I liked it.
I liked it a lot.
It's been one of my favorites so far.
I'd love to hear that.
I liked it as in, like, especially coming out of the pocket realm. And then, like, we already kind of established a normal, but then we, like, got back to, wait, this isn't what normal's supposed to be. We already knew what normal was.
Exactly.
And this wasn't, so this isn't normal anymore. This isn't the new normal, is it? Fuck. What do we do? I loved that moment of coming back out of the pocket realm. And, like, the quote-unquote surprise, it's a few weeks later because now is a full moon. Mm-hmm. Yes, we knew that ahead of time. But in-game...
How did you know that ahead of time?
Yeah, we didn't know that ahead of time.
No, I mean, like... I meant as in, like, us role-playing it out. Like, you said, it's the full moon. I was like, okay, that's a few weeks now. So, but playing as Ricochet, pretending like he didn't realize it until afterward. Like, it took a few times in his head.
Well, that's a character decision at that point.
Yeah, but there was fun.
Oh, well, fair enough. CJ, you were saying? I'm still pointing.
I really liked it, and I especially enjoyed the just fact of... It was one of the first times we got to see how the pack reacts in a moment of pure under-fire chaos.
Uh-huh.
Like, yes, we had that with Chapter 2 and the Beeps, but even in the lead-up to that, it was mostly the whole, like, okay, we know we're in an area that is potentially extremely hostile to us. Maybe we try playing this smart / just being on guard. Where it's like, okay, we're going home. Why is everything on fire? It's the scene where you walk into the from Community where Troy walks in with the pizzas and everything's just chaos.
Remedial chaos there.
Yeah. And he rolls the dice. It's one of 6 possibilities, and it's always on fire.
And that is one of the best episodes of television.
I'll agree.
Getting to see how the pack reacted to this, and I think for being a still fairly new pack, fairly new Garu, and once again, like this is their second mission as a full pack, I think they did pretty well, all in all, of adapting and dealing with the chaos.
Nice.
I'll agree.
Oh. Some of you said this was your favorite. What? Why?
Well, I'm not. I love Werewolf, obviously, but combat isn't my favorite part of playing. But somehow, I think it was maybe like the urgency behind it, or perhaps like the situations to which the combat was posed that kind of made me enjoy it. Typically, when combat comes along, I'm not like, yeah, combat. I'm more like, oh, okay, let's roll the dice. Let's do a thing. Let's roll the dice. Let's do a thing. And this is typically why I don't do like characters that go in full claws and teeth, because I just don't, that's not my style. But because of the way that maybe the combat was posed, the urgency of it, where it was posed, the types of enemies that there were, I found it really entertaining. Like, I got to use the gun you didn't know I had. There was even like the hook man, which I just thought was so hilarious and ingenious.
Thank you.
There was the mini car chase. I found it really funny and entertaining.
I think a huge part of that is pacing. You are very, very good at keeping the pace going and knowing when it's the right time to be a faster pace and a slower pace. In combat and in dire situations, the pacing has to be faster. So yeah, that helps keep us engaged in that point.
Well, I mean, I hope so. That's the goal, right? And I mean, obviously, I hope my combat system, my refinements, I hope that helps too. Speed things up.
That was actually going to be something that I just brought up, or that I was about to bring up, is your combat system also helped to make this as fast-paced, as urgent, as, again, entertaining and fun. Because imagine if we had tried playing Chapter 3 with the rules as written combat system.
I'm bored.
We'd still be there.
It would take a lot longer, certainly.
I think we'd still be getting shot by Carter.
That was a highlight for me.
Also, your allowances for me to like play with the terrain a little bit, like asking about the fire with the seedling thing, as well as like hiding behind the car. I just find those things kind of like fun little details.
Well, I think it's important, and and I encourage those details.
Not only you encourage, but you
sometimes I reward.
Yeah, absolutely.
Mm-hmm. There's a level of that, because you don't want to go, if I do something really outlandish and crazy, he's going to give me some free rolls. That's not written anywhere, sir.
No, it's the creativity that has come up with that you reward.
Yeah. Sometimes I punish the opposite. I'll be honest. Sometimes.
Well, sometimes that's kind of deserved.
In terms of After Hours, for me, it was something I fell in love with the concept of now what?
Yeah.
There were two outstanding things I had in my mind. Number one is, again, I'm a comic guy, and we've referenced The Boss, Danny and I, our buddy Chase, several times, and Chase and I were both huge X-Men fans. I mean, Danny is too. But we were adamant that Claremont was just the golden era of X-Men, and the thing is the best issues of X-Men, and they haven't existed in decades, so don't. Not even having that discussion. What's great today is mediocre 20 years ago. 30 years ago. But I know. But no, the X-Men was at its best when they just wanted to get home. They were they get caught up in it, and now they're here, and they just want to go home.
Yeah.
But they keep getting waylaid by shit.
I like how you put it that way.
And then I also thought about specifically the movie Four Rooms. This stars Tim Roth.
Now I gotta watch it.
It's 4 vignettes, and they're each done by a different director.
Oh, interesting.
But it all takes place in a hotel where Tim Roth is the lone bellhop that night. Now, I love Tim Roth. We've talked about this before. Tim Roth is my favorite fucking actor.
He's your favorite actor. And I know why. Makes sense.
and so I wrote the story based on vignettes. Like, that's why they went into 3 parts so fucking seamlessly, because they were written that way. I wanted it to be, okay, you guys are home and you're tired, because obviously you just want to get home.
Yep.
Oh, there's a cedar. There's neighborhood kids, and now there's a cedar. And it's not distracted or wounded. It's there and it's pissed.
Yeah, you have to deal with
on
it.
its own. But on its own, a cedar isn't a big issue for us.
Right.
All in all. It'd be, okay, let's mop with the cedar, let's go home.
And now there's a hail of gunfire.
Why are there gunshots?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, at
No, it's
the
not
beginning
just
of the
one
cedar
gunshot.
fight.
It's not just one gunshot. It's not just 2. No, it's a hail of gunfire.
Yep.
It's like a single episode of 24 at any given moment.
But that was kind of the, that was the idea. It's like, okay, you're dealing with this thing and it's not the worst thing in the world, but you just really,
It's like, God.
did we have to?
Yep.
It's like when you get home from the long day of work and the dog has shat and thrown up.
Yep. Oh,
It's like, oh, I just
done that a
wanted,
few times.
I just wanted to eat my cheeseburger.
Yeah.
Fucking, now I have to clean this up.
Yep.
And then while that's happening,
Now your cheeseburger's getting cold.
now the cat knocks a vase off the fucking counter.
Yep.
This sounds like last week.
And then when you go to investigate the vase, you notice, oh, hey, the window's broken.
Right.
Right next to the latch.
You go to fix that, and then the dog ate all your food that you brought home.
But I mean, that was the idea, right? You guys get to town, and oh, there's Carter. Oh, they've been busy. Stuff has been going on.
Yeah, Carter's fucked up.
Oh, fucking new threats. Okay, let's go help. Oh, it's gonna get worse.
Because he forgot we were alive.
You didn't forget. You just have been gone for 2 weeks.
He didn't know we were
And
alive.
we didn't know that.
Right.
And the whole time in the back of my mind, I'm thinking, next full moon during a thunderstorm. There is no thunderstorm. Where is this thunderstorm? It is the next full moon.
Cocoon.
Yep. And that's how part 2 ends. Is
Yeah.
oh,
it starts to rain.
Yep, it starts to rain. The clouds are coming in. Like, oh fuck, our window is getting smaller.
And I will say, Porter, I did have a fun little thought, like, afterwards with the game. I was thinking of, like, depending on where our characters are from, they could have reacted to the sound of gunfire very, very differently. Like, like, there was a small part of me that thought, like, if I had made Night Thing from, like, New York, or from, like, the Chicago area, hearing that gunfire, there's a non-0% chance he's like, come on, let's just go back to the cabin, let's go take a nap.
See, I think
To ultimately find it empty.
I disagree with that. Actually, you wouldn't have. You would have found Bodhi and Mia there sleeping.
Oh, true.
Not together, but sleeping because they're running the day shift.
True. Yeah.
However, I disagree. I mean, I can't. I kind of can't. I'm not in control of any of that. But I have a hard time believing, even coming from Chicago. In fact, I think it would be all the more to know that doesn't belong here.
Yep.
You're not in Chicago. You're in Willows Pass. Fucking automatic weapons don't.
No. Most of those people probably never even heard of an automatic weapon kind of thing.
I don't want to go that far. I mean, they're not.
They're a small town in America.
Like, they're not adult-minded.
Then they've never heard the sound of an automatic weapon. How about that?
Yeah, it's a far cry from someone night hunting or some drunk. No, this is car tires and this is drive-by shit. And you'd go, that does not happen here.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're not in Chicago. We're not in Detroit.
Right?
We're in a small town, island kind of situation.
Exactly. A small Thailand.
Very, very small.
That's it's a different vibe, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Journey to Small Thailand, Chapter 5.
Oh, God.
Lewis Pass's version of Chinatown?
We'll find out, won't you?
In 2 more chapters.
Exactly. No, but I wanted that one thing after another, and you just want to go any one of these.
Could just be over with now so we can go home.
Right. Well, really, the second part, had it not started raining, you got wrapped up into all sorts of other shit, right? Because you'd have been with Dodger
and Carter.
going to get Far 4. When you know that van is going straight for where he was.
Yep.
So they had their own adventure too. And did Dave get Carter and heal him up enough and they go back to help? Did he just evac Carter to the cabin? Did he not show because he was hip deep in Lucinda? You'll have to find out. But
or did he go down in his own drive-by?
And on top of all this, we have like how exhausted some of our characters might be, having run from the Meeps, set fire to a village, stolen the emerald, ran out,
the fight,
fought with the fight, and then the desperate dash for the waterfall to get out.
Exactly, that's where you started from. Then a fight with a cedar, a car chase, a shootout, a second shootout, a fucking trek to the other side of the fucking island. You notice you were like, you're goddamn near the southernmost point of the island.
Yeah.
Like you were almost out of streets. So you had to trek all the way up and then up to that little make-out point path that you didn't know existed, which was hilarious. How are we going to find out? Just ask anyone. Literally anyone who lives here. That was just fun for me.
There was a lot of
sometimes the answer is the most obvious one, right?
Yeah.
Like, what do we do? Oh, you go to there. That's where.
Make a point.
It's fucking, you can see it from here. It's fucking, all of the ground goes up. Just keep going that way. That's weird you had to ask.
It's just one of those points of like, we've already been here so long that we've kind of edited that out of importance. We haven't had a reason to go there.
Exactly.
Now it's important.
Like you're just seeing right through it.
Yeah.
Which was kind of funny and a little bit the point.
And then Ricochet overthinking it 100%.
That doesn't happen.
What?
That, I certainly... That didn't sound right to me.
I like how that's kind of become his little quirk.
That's his quirk.
Yep. Not to do with Danny
no one
whatsoever.
Else is,
nope. It's Ricochet. He's his own person.
That is a fictional thing.
What's it called? Deed name idea for Ricochet. Mega Mind for all that overthinking.
All paths lead to KT.
Oh boy. You split the difference, call him Lover Boy.
Lover man. She doesn't
You
want
wish.
She doesn't want no boy.
14 and a half.
You
wish.
She doesn't want no boy. She wants herself a man.
Yeah, that's why she's got Doug.
Fuck. I'm gonna kill Doug. I'm gonna kill Doug. Make it look like an accident. Tell her he looked just like Ryan when he left.
When you left, you mean when you murdered him?
I can tell her he left.
But she knows the truth because you guys told her already.
Right. I'm still not going to say I murdered him. Maybe I will. Just like, I murdered Doug, just like I did Ryan. Now what?
Could you live with yourself if you lied to KT?
Make her cry.
Let her know that you've killed now 2 of her friends.
I'm the only friend she needs.
He's going to piss her off. And he's going to explode into a bag full of marbles. So actually, there's something that I have not forgotten about, but has not been brought up in a bit.
Mm-hmm.
What do you guys think about KT? What's her deal? Not you love her and want to get in a dream house with her. I know that, but
what is she?
What's her deal?
Ricochet doesn't have an answer.
M has a theory that she is maybe a changeling or maybe a mage that is awakening.
Interesting.
Ricochet doesn't care. He just wants
her.
Yeah. He knows there's something, but it's like, I don't care what she is.
A fatal attraction scenario.
Fatal attraction.
Siege?
I have a few of my own theories. I'm with M in the idea of possibly like the mage awakening. If I'm looking through like some of the other books for it, I remember correctly, it's like Ian possessed people or things.
What possessed?
One's with like an actual like Gaia's like spirit or blessing sort of thing, not like a not like a Gorgon. Just can't remember the name right now off the top of my head. Fucking
Kami.
there you go. Thank you.
Yep.
Oh.
You remember our?
I think that was
we had an episode on
one of the initial theories. Yeah.
It was Comic Chameleon.
Jesus.
You named it.
Fuck.
I was going to keep going, but
No, keep going.
for, that's me out of character. Once again, Nightfang, he has no real basis to go off of aside from, like, the mage theory, because if I remember correctly, that was one of the ideas that was brought up with, like, Mia and Bodhi.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
But Nightfang's also in the camp of at this point, he kind of doesn't care because, again, she's the fifth beetle. She's, like, the oracle to Batman in this case. Of she's the one with the information 90% of the time to help us out, or the one that, like, has the leads that we haven't found.
I mean, that's fair. And let's go beyond that, is even once the mystery of, quote, what her deal is, I'm going to say what her deal is, not what she is.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Then all that is another piece.
Yeah.
Like, that's not the equation.
Yeah, it's like, oh, we learned what her deal is, because that's what we're going to call it. But, like, okay, and?
Yeah, like, what does that mean?
Yeah, what does that mean for us?
Yeah.
We might know what it is. Even as characters, we might know what it is, but, like, what does that mean for us? What does that mean for her? What is that going to, like, spill out for the future?
You know, it would be fucking wild if she turned out to be a Fomori and all those butterflies are just radiation spirits she's turning people into.
Well, that's hilarious. that really was one of my favorite moments.
The KT turning the cedars into butterflies?
Yes. You know,
Because it was a bit of a reveal.
it was a huge reveal. And had we not had to deal with cast changes,
Uh-huh.
that would have been a great fucking milestone for the storyline.
Yeah.
But I believe the very next,
Yep. We
I
had
think
some
the next
changing.
episode was working somebody out of the story because they were leaving.
exactly.
So it kind of undercut
Right.
everything from KT's spot.
So, like, the story should have steered in the direction of what the fuck was that?
Yeah.
And why? And that would have been logical had a packmate not died 20 minutes later.
Right. I was going to say, and you
And
tried
started
pushing
doing
it the
that
direction, but there was shit happening, and it's like, oh, you almost can't let it undercut.
You know, like, this has to take the precedence. Fuck. We'll find another
And you
way
guys, yeah, and you guys told Carly about it, and Carly gave her a sniff and didn't detect anything. But now Carly's thinking maybe she needs to be doing the thing for me to smell it.
But that's a valid theory. It's just,
Yeah.
it's a plot point that has kind of fallen by the wayside because everyone just, I think, took that mentality of, oh, I don't really care. She's one of us.
Oh, Carly cares.
Which is
She's not one of
good.
us.
I think that's fair.
I'm waiting for her to do something sketchy so I can smell her again.
That's fair. I think that's fair. And I like it like that. I think it's it's weird. But, like, I think it makes...
To your penthouse.
Weird. But I think that's kind of going more toward the chemistry of the pack.
Sure. What do you guys hope to see? What do you want to see? What do you think you're gonna?
City Hall keeps me, like, on edge all the time because you keep mentioning, like, we're only going passing by. It's not even a big deal, but, like, it'd be, like, late at night and the lights are still on. So, like, something's going on there. So I definitely want to see how that works out. What plans out there.
It's the Cedar Secretary. Remember, we went over that last time.
I mean, isn't the mayor's son, like, wrapped up in all of it, too?
He was in Station 2. We've talked about that part, but, like,
Mm-hmm.
what does that mean? And, you know, especially if the Station 2 just blew up, or was that Station 2? We didn't really say anything. You just said it was an explosion. We can assume it was Station 2. Let's put it
Well,
that
I
way.
said it was at the location of the meatpacking plant.
Did you say it was the location?
I very much did.
Okay. It was close by. I don't remember you saying exact location, but I figured if it was that close of an explosion.
I promise.
Okay.
It did. Remember where we are in the timeverse.
Yeah.
I heard you say it last night. Or I said it last night.
Fair.
Going over the recording.
Yeah. Okay, makes sense now.
I promise. Where else would they be?
Well, I mean,
Star Force just like super into July. Guys in the van were like, fireworks is illegal.
Fair. Okay.
Stop me.
Sacre boom.
Nice. Those are things I want to see. I'm liking the chemistry build up between the three of us. I think as long as we continue to do what we're doing, we're fine there. I'm hoping I can spend more time with Carter kind of stuff. But obviously you have plans of where we're going and what we need to do as a pack compared to what I need to spend time with the other members of the pack. So it's just a personal part of it, I guess.
But this is why I'm asking.
Mm-hmm.
For me, I've always been enjoying what we're doing so far, and like I'm enjoying the way things are going. There is a part of me that just thought about it and likes the idea of digging back more into the plot point of what is Katie in the perspective of like, okay, Harley has such a thing against her because she doesn't know what she is. She doesn't trust Katie. It could make for an interesting plot point for the guys to be like, hey, we actually need to fucking dig into this. We need to figure this out so we can at least make sure everybody's on the same level now. Like, Carly knows everything. We know, what Katie is. There's no reason for that mistrust, even though, like, we trust Katie already. Also, I would like Nightfang to get those opportunities to take charge a little bit more. Like, with the planning session in the village and, like, stealing the gem.
Mm-hmm.
We were on our route to make that way too overcomplicated.
Yes.
Like, we were getting there. We were making it a whole moral issue. I felt like eventually that was one of the few times that Night King actually, like, stepped up to be the leader and just say, we're keeping it kind of simple. And kind of helped laid out the final shape of that plan. I would also like to eventually get like a +5 to all my rolls so I stop rolling like ass.
Nice.
I was going to say, CJ, a part of that, as far as you stepping up and being the leader and like the planning, a lot of that had to do with me as the all-around, though. Like, I was throwing my weight in there, sometimes a little too much.
Which is good, it could be a really good and interesting thing, as long as no one takes it aggressively too far.
Right. And we weren't, but
No, you weren't. And I was kind of hoping there would be the point to where Nightfang would just fucking bust Ricochet in the nose.
And shut up.
And go, shut up. This is the plan. You are not in charge of this pack.
Didn't go that far this time, but...
Are you talking about in chapter 2?
Well, or any part, really, but yeah. I'd say in 2, yeah.
It was a great example of it.
Mm-hmm.
There's a point there, right? Because, I've noticed this, where Ricochet likes to, I'm around someone to take the lead and give the plan. And but you are not the alpha of that pack. And I'm not a member of that pack, so I can't say anything.
No, I know.
Yeah.
And I'm looking like, fucking blacken his eye, sir. He'll heal. It's fine. You're Garu. He can take it. Punch him in the throat. Tell him to shut up and take charge.
I don't do it a lot, but I do it a little bit, being around, and I am trying to, push that role out. And he is like, I'm not great at role playing, so I'm trying, but there are times where it's completely unnecessary. So yeah, if Nightfang were to say something and get punched in the mouth, it would be deserved.
Certainly.
And this is where I think we're getting to that potential point of like interesting character development for both of them.
Uh-huh.
Maybe lean into it a little bit more. Lean into I'm the Ahram. Because this was the first time Nightfang had a problem with it. Before it's like, he's making a plan. It's nothing I wouldn't do.
Uh-huh.
This was the first time that, Nightfang had a problem with it, and while the plan wasn't something god-awfully dumb, it was just way too overcomplicated. That's why he didn't do the, just punching him in the mouth to get him to shut up.
Uh-huh.
where I could see if this happens one or two more times where he has to do that, then yeah, no, that could be where I think starts leaning more into that leadership style.
Fair.
Of the, like, I'll hear you out, but if you start going too far, I will shut you up.
I like it.
I'd be excited for that, eh?
Yeah.
Well, like, I know it won't go too far,
Mm-hmm. No, we're...
Exactly.
Yeah, we're fine. Like I said, if it gets to that point, I know it would be deserved. I know CJ, and I also know Knifing at this point.
Right, like, yeah.
Hell, we even had, like, a small little glimpse of, once again, the sort of, like, inter-pack conflict / Garu being Garu.
Mm-hmm.
Of, like, getting to see... Because this is also the other reason why it hadn't been super leading into any of, like, him being the leader yet until we became a full pack. Is because, yeah, I'm the leader of a pack of 2 plus 1.
Right.
I can't really tell Carly what to do.
Point. She wasn't.
So am I just going to tell Ricochet what to do?
Right.
And even more to that point, it was the when Daisy showed up and they were both giving him so much grief. He punched Ricochet in the mouth.
Yeah. Point.
Didn't do anything for Carly.
Daisy.
Now that they are a pack.
What are we, Eddie?
I'm going to try leading it. On opposite sides of the island.
What does that mean for our future, Eddie?
Chapter 5, Daisy rents a cabin.
Oh, damn it. Now I don't know why, but I pictured at the cabin. I think it's from the Scott Pilgrim movie of like, hey, is so-and-so home? Dude jumps out the window. Sorry, you just missed him.
Yes.
But I wanted to hold your hand, Eddie.
Say we can hold handsies.
Oh, fucking awesome.
That's gonna be... When she shows up again, that's gonna be hilarious.
Well, I mean, she's going to, inevitably.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I made a point. I mean, we established some characters in season 1. Here we are at Chronicle 2. And I immediately established and then reestablished. I gave us Doug. I gave us Deanna. We've got Daisy. That's a lot of D's. That was unintentional. Doug, I changed his name.
From what?
I forget. It was super generic. But I mean, that was the point.
Dustin.
Generic dude. No, it wasn't a D name. I think it was like Jim or something. Something that we already had one of.
Carter.
Yeah, fuck.
Dave.
It could have been.
Probably. It sounds like it would have been Dave at this point.
I forget his last name off the top of my head. But again, it
doesn't even matter.
No, it does because you say the whole name, right?
Yeah.
You don't. Yeah, like it's got to have a flow to it. So it's something that did, and it's crap. I gotta change the name. So I already got it probably was Dave. Like I can't have 2 Daves, but I can have 2 Carters. Asshole. Oops. What else?
Oh, one of them is, locked away somewhere.
It's true, but it just was an unfortunate. I wasn't thinking about it, and I'm like, I set it on air, so it's locked in. There it is.
Yep.
There could be more than one person named Carter. It's fine.
Oops.
Yeah. I'm establishing these new characters, and obviously not just for my health.
Yeah.
Not because I don't have enough to work on or keep a fucking eye on, right? So I'm interested. I'm eager to see how you guys will form relationships with the characters I have showcased so far.
Okay.
Or sometimes lack thereof. Like, I don't know how much FaceTime you guys are going to get with Doug, but I don't think the point of Doug is his relationship with you.
No, it's clearly not.
Mm-hmm.
It's what that relationship with KT is going to do
To Ricochet. Or
to your relationship with her as a whole, you pervert.
Yeah. Something I'm kind of looking forward to or kind of want to do. What was the name of the girl who read the tarot cards?
Alana Gray.
Alana.
Yep.
Alana. I think I would like to get to know Alana a bit more. I thought I liked her vibe. I thought that was really cool.
I agree with you.
And then another thing, Carly had been like super embarrassed about not having money and everybody else giving her things. That's not something she doesn't want to be provided to. That's something that's quite shameful to her. So finding maybe a way to make her own money that isn't a loan could be.
We have talked about that, and I believe I introduced that idea because I have a specific idea.
Mm-hmm.
And
I believe you did, and it really resonated with me. And I was like, oh, that sounds exactly like something my character would do.
Which is awesome. I just have to, we have to get there, right?
Yeah, exactly.
We're chapter 3. Fucking, you're here for another whole Chronicle after. And that might evolve too.
I'm sure it will.
As we first came up with it, that started with an idea I had for a one-off. I might, and it's a different thing at that point too. I want to focus on Deanna as well. That is
the dress lady, right?
Oh, the woman, the kindly old lady.
The kindly old lady that we helped fix her
Who
house.
did her yard work, and she gave you guys a standing invitation for a nice dinner. And
a shiny nickel.
I think she said quarter.
Nope. It's a nickel.
Oh, Lord. She's old.
Yes.
But again, that's another character that wasn't just window dressing. That's somewhere you guys know you can go for a meal.
Right.
And a safe place to an extent. Should you show up there bleeding with Ricochet's arm half stitched back together for the mother's touch? Nah, it's probably not.
Mm-hmm.
But you could probably crash there a night if you asked.
Right. No, that's what I was thinking.
Or somebody in the pack is getting on somebody else's nerves and we just gotta separate, or we're going to kill somebody.
Right.
I'm gonna go to Diana's mow the lawn. It's like, I'm gonna do work. So I'm not thinking about how much I want to rip apart whoever.
Right, and she can make a nice sandwich. And I don't know, tell you about the war. But it's important to me to establish these relationships.
Mm-hmm.
Willow's Pass needs to be a character in of itself. And there's a lot happening. A lot happening there. Shit.
Yep.
Has to be.
We know we got Golden Way, right? Rebuilding Station 2. There's Station 4. Guess what? It means there's at least 2 other stations.
Yeah, I was going to say at least 2.
There's the High Street Horror Society.
Yep.
Where are the rest of them?
Yep.
That's that sentence didn't come out right.
It was close enough.
Yeah, sure.
You all know what you meant.
I got it.
Teddy Talltail. Well, the meatpacking plant didn't make Teddy Talltail.
Right. I was going to say, there it is, but...
That's clearly someone else who made Teddy Talltail.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
And let's not forget that there was a retrieval team for him.
Yep. Uh-huh.
And you guys know from the data you got in Station 2 that some of the stuff locked up there, they were loaning those cells out while this other place was being repaired.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So there's shit going on still.
I love it.
It's of little leads we can follow.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Definitely follow.
A lot of... You got a lot to do.
Mm-hmm.
I'm excited to see where it goes and all the things that we're going to do.
So am I. And I'll tell you do have some changes in store.
Oh, I
am about to fuck with the status quo for you guys.
I hate you for that, but at the same time, I don't blame you for that.
Well, time marches on. I'll say that.
I don't know. I don't understand quite what you mean by that, but I am excited to see it.
You'll find out.
Yeah, I was going to say, if that's the case, we'll find out.
Certainly find out. Is that...
That's about it, yeah.
All right.
I'm sure we could keep going on this, but
And I like that, but...
We're also trying not to spoil stuff, even though we haven't even played any of this yet, but
that's actually the fun thing. For all our time over shenanigans, because I made the decision to not start Chapter 4 until the new year...
Right. We can do this.
Yeah, for the first time since this game has started,
we get to talk about it without it happening yet.
Right. You know, everyone listening is on the same page as everyone playing.
Correct, yes.
Or should be.
No, are,
Should be
because...
on the same page if we are.
Yeah.
I'm talking about people who are going like out of order or something.
Oh, well, yeah, if that's happening. That's true. But if you've been following along, you're all at the same page. Once Chapter 3, Part 3 aired, even keel.
Yep.
You guys know it just as much as we do.
Porter, I'm the only one.
The only one who knows.
Oh, boy.
He's alone.
Chapter 4. Whiplash in the Silent Howl.
Oh, wow.
No.
So Rabies in Chains and Silent Howl?
I didn't say... None of that, actually. None of them will appear.
I know. There's no way. Maybe.
I could justify a member of the Silent Howl, but I won't do it.
That's fair.
Why?
Because you want to be self-indulgent for a few minutes?
If I was going to do that, I'd go somewhere else with it.
Like, with Jude?
I don't want to talk to you.
Well...
So I could see a chapter, if you wanted to be referential, a butcher in the shadows as the pack chasing down like a serial killer.
So weird words you chose.
I know. That's the referential part, but not the actual thing.
I'm just going to leave that there. Those are weird words that you chose. And I'll say, what a fun December this has been.
Yeah.
Just kind of us screwing around vaguely on topic.
Thanks for partying with us.
Yes, thanks for indulging us. We promise
time.
it'll be back to business as usual next year. But we're still going to have lots of fun, too.
Yeah.
And like Em said, it's been a good time, and I agree. Thank you. And, thank you guys for being a part of this, the three of you.
Absolutely.
And
Yeah, for
Where
sure.
else I'd rather be?
all you people at home, thank you for listening and for continuing to do so. And hey, let's do a thing. All right, let's make a New Year's resolution to make next year
More RAI.
just the best year of RAI yet.
Yeah, agreed. Yes. I was going to be funny, but no, that makes way more sense. Yes. Let's do that.
All right, what does everybody say? We all in for that?
I can agree with that.
Let's do it.
See, we're doing it.
All right.
And we'll be doing it next year. So hey, you watch that ball drop, you have a great time. Make some mistakes, but not too many.
Just enough to be fun.
And forgive the people around you for the mistakes they make. Because, hey, it's your turn sometime too, right?
Yeah.
And there's no progress without failure.
There you go. So,
Life stories.
Mr. Rogers said, the worst enemy of evil is forgiveness.
Huh.
Take that.
Okay.
All right. Happy New Year, everybody. And we'll see you next year and next time. Take care. Yeah, that's the only time I'm going to acknowledge this. Like Santa. He's fucking real and suck my balls.